Hi guys, so this is my analysis update on DXY guys. What am I expecting on the XY? I'm gonna do a quick recap on the XY. If we watched my previous analysis, I said I was expecting the XY to either fill in this gap right here or at least push up to this gap right here before we now continue to push to the downside. Like as long as we are still below this trend line right here, we should be expecting a sell, but as we can see that DXY actually went up, fill in the gap, fill in the gap, and push up to my target, which is 103.135. And we can see that when you push up to that target, because of how this momentum candle closes above this breakout structure right here, this zone right here, we closes. Then if you go to a smaller time frame, we can see that we closes and we went down to retest as well. So it's pushed up, closed, came down to retest, and so there was a possibility that we might not continue to push to the downside as it plays out around here, because my bias was more of a sell. So my thought was probably get to around this zone right here, then push to the downside to 101.857. But as we all know, we don't predict the market to react to the market. So as soon as I saw this engulfing candle right here, I wanted at the zone, at this point of interest zone for me, I knew there's a possibility that we might push to the upside a little bit because of that engulfing candle. And that is why it's always, we have to be patient for confluences. So as soon as we saw this engulfing candle on this zone right here, I needed more confirmation for me if I'm going to sell, because like I said, my bias was a sell. But as soon as I saw this candlestick right here, I knew this candlestick is not giving me enough momentum for sell. So I wanted more confirmation, and I saw this candlestick right here closing off of this zone right here. So I said there is a possibility it might actually be like a continuation move, or it might be a fake out. But as we can see that it came down to retest the zone, it push up, came down to retest the zone right here and gave me this engulfing candle. So that shows that the market, there are bulls currently in the market, because if this was a fake out, because this might actually be a fake out, there's a possibility for that, right? As soon as it came down to retest the zone, we can see that it push up to this engulfing candle. So that also shows that around that zone that the buys are in the market. So right now you can see that was invalid because my buyers were a sell, but that's fine. So now I'm gonna go, we can see that we are currently on an uptrend. So I'm gonna go, if you've been watching my analysis, you know I like to do top down analysis. So I'm gonna go to a bigger time frame just to see the overall analysis of the XY currently. So now let's see what happens right now. Overall, we are still on a downtrend until otherwise happen, right? We can see I have different scenarios, right? We can see right around this area right here, we are seeing like an impulse right here, a correction, a continuation, an impulse, a correction. And we can see that the correction was like a descending correction, which is a reversal pattern. So there is a possibility that we might go bull on the XY for quite a while now. That's a possibility. So looking at the overall picture of the XY, right, I think there are different scenarios, right? We might actually just push up here to give us like a third touch of a trend line right here before we now continue to zoom to the downside. That's one scenario. Another scenario is we might actually get to at least my level right here, which is my 90% level when it comes to like this reversal pattern, right? So we might actually get to maybe push up to 104.562, right? That's another possibility. If we're going to continue to push up, that is if it actually breaks the trend line right here, this counter trend line drawn. If it breaks it, then my next target will be like I said, 0104.562. But overall, right, there is this imbalance right here which is 104.855. That's like my overall target on bull direction. So if I see more momentum of bull direction, that would be like my overall target. But be mindful that this is a daily time frame, so this is like something predicted more to like the future for us to get there, right? So let's take it one step at a time. So now that I've broken that up, now I'm in let's see, overall, okay, now let's see how this plays out. We can see right here. So 4 hours is not giving me something more. Let's go to a bigger time frame. Let's see right here. We can see that this is a significant zone right here. If you look left, let's see how the markets react around this area right here, because we've been seeing that when the markets get there, there's a reaction around that area. So there are different possibilities that we might start rejecting off of that area, right? I'm gonna draw a trend line right here. So we might start rejecting off of this area and possible push to the downside. That's a possibility. Let me go to, okay, so now on the XY, I think we have to be patient because we broke this trend line right here, right? So there's a possibility that we might just continue to push to this trend line. Then when we get there, we'll determine if we're going to continue to push to the upside. And like I said, this will be my possible target if we are pushing to the upside. So let me just put one here, will be a possible target for me. Also right here, so this will be my TP1, right? If I see more momentum of buy, then that will be a possible TP1 right here. And that will be TP2 right here. But like I said, I have to see more momentum of buy before we can get to that, before we can think maybe we'll get to that level, because I have different scenarios here. Like I said, this is a significant zone right here. I think we'll need more data to determine our next move right now on the XY, because I think the XY can push to the upside or it can push to the downside based on this current move right here. So I'm just going to see if I see more engulfing candle right here and a possible retest, then I'm going to ride, at least we're going to ride it to around this area right here. So let's use, we're gonna write it to around this area right here. Right here, but if I say pushing to the downside, this would be a possible target right around here. Would be a possible target. If I draw a zone here, we can see that this is a zone right here. Go to a smaller time frame, you can see that the zone is kind of significant. Whenever we get to the zone, there's like a reaction right here. So that will be, if we go for a sell, that will be a possible target right there, which is, yeah, so I can draw something like this. May give us like an M pattern or some sort of like a confirmation for us to determine that we are going to just continue to push to the downside. So right now on the XY, guys, I think we just have to be patient to know our next move, because it can actually do both ways. Let's just be patient and see. So that is my thoughts on the XY, guys. Hope you find it helpful. If you do, don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and share, and I'll see you in my next analysis, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye.